First contact surprise. Captain Sarah Chen stood at the bridge of the UES Prometheus, her eyes fixed on the holographic display showing the approaching Galactic Council delegation. After centuries of watching distant stars, humanity was about to have its first official meeting with the governing body of known space. But unlike the countless first contact scenarios humanity had imagined, this one came with an unexpected advantage. Status update on the quantum field, she asked, her voice steady despite the historic weight of the moment. Dr. Marcus Rivera, her chief scientist, consulted his neural interface. Operating at optimal efficiency, Captain. They still have no idea we can see through their cloaked escort fleet. Sarah allowed herself a small smile. While the Council believed they were dealing with a fledgling species that had barely mastered faster-than-light travel, humanity had been quietly observing the galaxy for decades through their quantum observation network. The Council's surprise escort of 50 warships, hidden behind advanced cloaking technology, was about as subtle as a supernova. Incoming transmission from the Council flagship, announced Lieutenant Patel, her communications officer. They're requesting docking protocols. Send them the standard approach vectors, Sarah replied. And make sure our primitive systems appear appropriately limited. The Council's diplomatic vessel, a massive crystalline structure that sparkled like a carved diamond, approached the Prometheus. Behind her, Sarah heard the subtle whispers of her bridge crew as they maintained their elaborate charade. Humanity had learned long ago that appearing less advanced than they were had distinct advantages. The ship's AI, spoke through their secure neural network. Captain, I'm detecting quantum scanning attempts from the Council vessel. Should I continue feeding them our prepared technical specifications? Maintain the deception, AI. Let's see how this plays out. The docking procedure went smoothly, perhaps too smoothly for a species that was supposedly new to interstellar diplomacy. If the Council representatives noticed this discrepancy, they gave no sign as they emerged from their vessel. The delegation was a sight to behold. 3 distinct species representing the Council's primary members, the Arcturians, with their crystalline bodies refracting light in complex patterns, the Veil, ethereal beings of pure energy contained within environmental suits, and the Meridians, whose biomechanical forms blended organic and synthetic components seamlessly. Welcome aboard the Prometheus. Sarah greeted them in perfect galactic standard, another capability they weren't supposed to have. I am Captain Sarah Chen of the United Earth Fleet. High Counselor 6 of the Arcturians stepped forward, their crystalline form shifting colors in what Sarah's neural interface identified as surprise. Your mastery of our language is impressive, Captain Chen. We were told humans were still struggling with basic translation matrices. We are quick learners, High Counselor, Sarah replied with practiced humility. Though we still have much to understand about galactic civilization. The Veil representative, a swirling mass of energy that called itself Ethereal Prime, moved closer. Indeed, we have reviewed your species development. Remarkably fast progress from planetary civilization to spacefaring race. Some might say, suspiciously fast. Sarah maintained her diplomatic smile, even as she received real-time updates from Earth's quantum defense grid. The cloaked warships were adjusting their positions, taking up tactical formations around the Prometheus. They still hadn't realized that their every movement was being tracked and analyzed. We've had our share of challenges, Sarah said. But humanity has always been driven to explore, to understand, to grow. We're honored that the Council has deemed us worthy of contact. The Meridian representative, Constructor Alpha, stepped forward on legs that seemed to shift and rebuild themselves with each movement. You seem very comfortable with our presence, Captain. Most species require several cycles to adjust to the diversity of galactic life. Perhaps, Sarah responded, it's because humanity has always dreamed of this moment. Our literature, our art, our sciences, they've all pointed to the stars and the possibility of life beyond Earth. In a way, we've been preparing for this meeting for centuries. What she didn't mention was just how thoroughly humanity had prepared. The quantum observation network, developed in secret decades ago, had given Earth a window into galactic civilization long before official first contact. They had watched, learned, and quietly advanced their technology, while maintaining a carefully crafted image of a young, promising species still finding its way among the stars. As the delegation moved toward the conference room, Sarah received another update from HFY. The Council's scans were becoming more intrusive, probing deeper into the Prometheus' systems. They were looking for something, though whether it was confirmation of their suspicions or evidence of humanity's true capabilities wasn't clear. Before we begin formal discussions, Sixth said, their crystalline form pulsing with what seemed like anticipation, we have a matter of security to address. Our scans have detected some anomalies in your ship's quantum signature. Sarah felt a moment of pride in her crew as nobody showed any reaction to this prompt. They had trained for this, knew that eventually someone would notice the subtle signs of humanity's quantum technology. The question was, how much should they reveal, and when? Anomalies? Sarah asked, maintaining an expression of polite concern. Our engineers would be very interested in learning more. We're still adapting to deep space operations, and any technical insights would be valuable. The three council representatives exchanged looks that Sarah's neural interface translated as a mixture of uncertainty and growing suspicion. The game was entering a new phase, and humanity's place in the galaxy would depend on how well they played their cards in the coming hours. Behind them, the stars continued their eternal dance, unaware and uncaring of the diplomatic chess match unfolding aboard the Prometheus. Humanity's first official step into galactic society was about to become far more interesting than anyone, human or alien, had anticipated. The quantum revelation. The atmosphere in the Prometheus' conference room crackled with unspoken tension. Captain Chen watched as High Counselor Sixth's crystalline form shifted through a spectrum of colors that her neural interface identified as ranging from suspicion to awe. The quantum anomalies they had detected weren't going away. If anything, they were becoming more pronounced. Captain, Constructor Alpha's biomechanical form reconfigured itself as it spoke. Our scans indicate your vessel is generating quantum fields that shouldn't be possible with your civilization's level of technology. We require an explanation. Sarah exchanged a quick neural message with HFY. The AI's response was immediate. 3 more Council battlecruisers had just dropped out of hyperspace, their cloaking systems active but useless against Earth's quantum sensors. The show of force was clear, even if they thought it remained hidden. Perhaps, Sarah said carefully, it's time we had a frank discussion about humanity's capabilities. She activated the room's holographic display with a thought. HFY, initiate protocol revelation. The conference room transformed. The seemingly simple walls dissolved, revealing the true extent of the Prometheus' quantum technology. Streams of data flowed through the air, showing real-time calculations and observations of space-time at a level that made the council members physically recoil. Impossible. Ethereal Prime's energy form fluctuated wildly. These are quantum calculations at a scale that even the ancient predecessors never achieved. Sarah stood, her neural interface projecting a galactic map that showed the full extent of humanity's quantum observation network. While your civilizations focused on traditional space travel and energy manipulation, humanity took a different path. We discovered that the universe isn't just observable. It's readable down to its fundamental code. The map highlighted thousands of quantum observation points throughout the galaxy, each one capable of perceiving and analyzing space-time itself. The council members' shock was palpable as they realized the implications. You've been watching us. Sixth's voice carried a mix of anger and fear. All of us. For how long? Long enough to know about the suppression protocol, Sarah replied, causing all 3 council members to freeze. Your policy of limiting technological advancement in younger species, supposedly for their own protection. We knew we had to be careful about how we revealed ourselves. Constructor Alpha's form shifted aggressively. The suppression protocol exists for good reason. Young species often destroy themselves when given access to advanced technology too quickly. We've seen it happen countless times. And yet, Sarah countered, you never considered that a species might develop along a completely different technological path. She gestured to the quantum data streams surrounding them. We didn't follow your civilization's development pattern. While you mastered physical space, we learned to read and manipulate the quantum foundation of reality itself. A new alert flashed through Sarah's neural interface. The Council battlecruisers were charging weapon systems. HFY simultaneously reported that Earth's quantum defense grid had activated, though the Council remained unaware of its existence. Those ships you have hidden out there, Sarah said calmly, the ones you think we can't see. They're charging weapons. I strongly advise against hostile action. Humanity's defensive capabilities are far beyond what you might expect. Ethereal Prime's energy form pulsed rapidly. You dare threaten the Council. Not a threat, Sarah corrected. A warning between equals. We don't seek conflict. In fact, we're offering an opportunity for genuine cooperation. Humanity's quantum technology opens up possibilities that could benefit all species. She waved her hand, and a holographic display shifted to show practical applications: quantum-based healing technology, instantaneous galaxy-wide communication systems, and energy production methods that defied conventional physics. This is why we revealed ourselves carefully, Sarah explained. We knew our advances would be disruptive to the established order, but we also knew they could revolutionize life for every species in the galaxy. Constructor Alpha's form had settled into a more neutral configuration. The Council has encountered many species that claim to have revolutionary technology, Captain. Most were either deluded or dangerous. Then test us, Sarah offered. Right now, choose any quantum calculation or observation you wish. We'll demonstrate our capabilities. The three Council members conferred privately for a moment before Zix spoke. Very well. Observe the Sagittarius A** black hole. In real time. Sarah smiled. Area, if you would. The conference room transformed into a perfect real-time observation of the galactic center's supermassive black hole. Every quantum fluctuation, every warping of space-time was visible in crystal-clear detail. But Sarah knew this wasn't enough to convince them. We're not just observing it, she said. We're reading its quantum structure. Area. Show them the calculations for stellar mass conservation and quantum information preservation across the event horizon. The display expanded, showing mathematics that made even the Council's advanced species struggle to comprehend. This was humanity's true revolution, not just seeing the universe, but understanding its fundamental language. We've been watching your civilizations, Sarah admitted, not out of malice, but out of necessity. We needed to understand the galaxy's political landscape before revealing ourselves. Now we're offering to share this knowledge, this technology, in the spirit of cooperation and advancement for all species. The weapons signatures from the hidden Council ships began to power down. Whether from fear, respect, or genuine interest, the immediate threat of conflict was passing. But Sarah knew this was just the beginning. Humanity's revelation would send shockwaves through galactic society, challenging thousands of years of established power structures and technological orthodoxy. As the Council members absorbed the implications of what they were seeing, Sarah received a private message from Earth Command. Phase 1 complete. Proceed with diplomatic integration protocols. The real work of reshaping humanity's place in the galaxy was about to begin. Alliance and betrayal. 3 standard months after humanity's quantum revelation, the galactic political landscape had transformed dramatically. Captain Sarah Chen found herself standing in the Grand Chamber of the Galactic Council on Centaurus Prime, watching as representatives from 200 species argued about humanity's role in their society. The humans have already shared quantum healing technology with 17 worlds. Shouted Ambassador Krex of the Pleiadian Alliance, their bioluminescent skin flashing with excitement. My own people have cured 3 previously terminal diseases using their methods. We cannot ignore these advancements. And that is precisely what concerns us, countered Supreme Archon Voss of the Ancient Consortium, their time-worn mechanical body hovering ominously. Such rapid technological dissemination destabilizes carefully maintained power structures. The younger races are not ready. We were never going to be ready in your eyes, were we? Sarah interrupted, her voice carrying through the chamber. The neural interface she wore was detecting unusual quantum fluctuations around several council members, patterns that suggested hidden communications, and more worryingly, weapons signatures. Aroya's voice whispered in her mind. Captain, I'm detecting unauthorized quantum scanning attempts targeting Earth's defense grid. Origin: Ancient Consortium secure servers. Sarah maintained her composed exterior while internally activating additional security protocols. The Ancient Consortium, the oldest of the spacefaring races, had been suspiciously quiet during humanity's initial integration into galactic society. Now she knew why. The Consortium speaks of stability, she continued, but our quantum observations tell a different story. Would you like me to share what we've seen in the supposedly restricted zones of deep space? The weapons testing, the suppressed civilizations. Voss's mechanical form emanated waves of cold authority. You dare to threaten us with your surveillance. This only proves our point about the dangers of unrestricted technology. Not a threat, Sarah replied, echoing her words from months ago. But perhaps it's time for true transparency. She nodded to Dr. Rivera, who had accompanied her to the chamber. Show them. The chamber's holographic systems, augmented by human quantum technology, came to life. But instead of simple images, the display showed the quantum signature of reality itself. Every being in the chamber could see the complex web of cause and effect, the hidden connections between events that the Ancient Consortium had been manipulating for millennia. For 50,000 years, Sarah announced, the Consortium has deliberately stagnated galactic development. They've suppressed new technologies, eliminated promising civilizations, and maintained their power through carefully controlled technological dispensation. The chamber erupted in chaos. Species that had long suspected such manipulation now had proof. Others, beneficiaries of the Consortium's favor, rushed to defend their ancient allies. But Sarah wasn't finished. Humanity chose to reveal ourselves carefully because we saw this coming. We knew that our quantum technology threatened not just the Consortium's power, but their entire philosophy of controlled evolution. Ambassador Correx moved to stand beside her, a powerful symbolic gesture. The Pleiadian Alliance stands with Earth. We've seen the benefits of open cooperation. Their quantum healing technology saved millions of our people. One by one, representatives from younger species began to signal their support. The chamber's quantum field buzzed with increasing energy as alliances shifted and reformed in real time. Suddenly, ARIA's warning blazed through Sarah's neural interface. Multiple quantum disruption signatures detected. The Consortium is activating something in the chamber. Sarah didn't hesitate. ARIA, Protocol Aegis. A quantum shield snapped into place microseconds before the Consortium's weapon activated. The device was meant to selectively erase quantum technology knowledge from the minds of every being in the chamber. Instead, it harmlessly dissipated against humanity's defenses. An impressive attempt, Sarah said into the stunned silence that followed. But we've been preparing for this kind of attack since before we revealed ourselves. Quantum technology can't be erased or suppressed. It's fundamental to our understanding of reality itself. Voss rose higher, their mechanical form now openly displaying weapons. You understand nothing. We have guided galaxy evolution for eons. Without our control, chaos will reign. Species will destroy themselves and others with power they cannot comprehend. Or, Sarah countered, they might surprise you. Humanity developed quantum technology without your guidance, or rather, despite your attempts to prevent it. How many other species might achieve amazing things if given the chance to truly grow? The chamber's quantum sensors suddenly registered massive power signatures entering the system. The consortium had called for reinforcements, a fleet of their most powerful warships translating into normal space. But they weren't the only ones who had prepared for this moment. Quantum signals flashed faster than light across human observation networks. Earth's response was immediate and overwhelming. Before anyone makes a terrible mistake, Sarah announced, "You should know that humanity's quantum defense grid doesn't just observe. We can actively manipulate spacetime itself. Your fleet's weapons will find their quantum signatures, redirected, should they choose to fire." The revelation hit the chamber like a physical wave. Humanity hadn't just mastered quantum observation. They could control it. The balance of power wasn't shifting. It had already shifted. Ambassador Corex's bioluminescence pulsed with renewed hope. Perhaps it's time for a new council, one that promotes advancement rather than suppressing it. One that truly represents all spacefaring species, not just the ancient few. As the chamber erupted in debate once again, Sarah received a priority message from Earth Command. Phase 3 initiated. Proceed with Operation Renaissance. The real revolution, the liberation of suppressed technologies and species across the galaxy, was about to begin. The Siege of Sol. The quantum alert came at 300 Earth Standard Time. Sarah Chen, now Admiral of Earth's Combined Defense Fleet, watched as reality itself seemed to tear open across the Sol system. The ancient consortium had finally made their move, and it was more devastating than anyone had predicted. Multiple quantum ruptures detected, Araya reported, her voice resonating through the quantum command network. The consortium isn't just bringing ships, they're attempting to rewrite local spacetime constants. Sarah watched as the massive holographic display showed thousands of consortium warships emerging from quantum space, but it was what came with them that truly concerned her. The fabric of space around Earth was beginning to warp and twist as the consortium deployed their most secret weapon, reality engines. They're trying to change the fundamental laws of physics in our system, Dr. Rivera reported, his hands dancing through quantum data streams. If they succeed, our quantum technology will be rendered useless. Sarah's mind raced through quantum probability calculations via her neural interface. The consortium's plan was brilliant in its brutality. Change the very nature of reality and soul to make human technology impossible. But they had underestimated humanity's understanding of the quantum universe. ARIA. Initiate Operation Cosmos, Sarah commanded. Activate all quantum anchor points. Across the solar system, hidden quantum devices that humanity had spent decades placing came to life. These weren't weapons in the conventional sense. They were reality anchors, devices that could stabilize local spacetime against external manipulation. Quantum Anchor Network Online, ARIA confirmed. Local reality constants holding stable, but the consortium fleet is still advancing. The enemy ships were unlike anything seen before in known space. Each vessel was a marvel of ancient engineering, powered by technology that had been refined over millions of years. Their weapons could crack planets, their shields could withstand supernovas, but they had never faced anything like humanity's quantum defense grid. All Allied ships, this is Admiral Chen. Sarah broadcast across the quantum network that now linked Earth's allies. Execute Pattern Omega. Remember your training. The response was immediate. Vessels from 24 species that had sided with humanity emerged from quantum space. These ships had been retrofitted with human quantum technology, making them far more formidable than the consortium expected. The battle that followed would be remembered for millennia to come. The consortium's first attack was a coordinated strike designed to overwhelm Earth's defenses through sheer firepower. Thousands of energy beams, each capable of vaporizing a continent, lanced toward the planet. But they never reached their target. Quantum redirect engaged, ARIA announced calmly. The deadly beams of energy suddenly found themselves emerging from quantum space light years away, harmlessly expending their power in empty space. Sarah allowed herself a small smile. Now show them what we can really do. ARIA. Activate the quantum mesh. The true extent of humanity's defensive capabilities became clear as a web of quantum energy spread throughout the solar system. Every ship, every weapon, every bit of matter became connected in a vast quantum network that humanity could observe and influence. Impossible. The consortium commander's transmission carried equal parts fury and fear. No species could achieve this level of quantum manipulation. You limited yourselves, Sarah responded. You became so focused on controlling and suppressing others that you stopped innovating. Humanity never had those restrictions. We looked at quantum mechanics not as a tool, but as a language, the fundamental language of reality itself. The quantum mesh began its work. Consortium weapons found their quantum states altered, rendering them harmless. Their shields discovered that the very concepts of space and time they relied on were being rewritten around them. But the consortium had one final card to play. From their flagship emerged a device that defied conventional physics, the culmination of millions of years of suppressed technology. Reality cascade detected, Dr. Rivera shouted. They're attempting to create a quantum singularity that will rewrite the fundamental constants of the entire galaxy. This was it, the moment humanity had prepared for since first discovering quantum technology. Sarah took a deep breath and gave the order she had hoped would never be necessary. ARI, initiate protocol genesis. Across the galaxy, quantum observation points that had been secretly watching for millions of years transformed into something else entirely. Humanity hadn't just been observing the quantum nature of space-time. They had been learning how to stabilize it, protect it, and, if necessary, restore it. The consortium's reality cascade met an immovable force, humanity's understanding of the quantum foundation of existence itself. Their attempt to rewrite reality crashed against humanity's quantum network and shattered. All consortium vessels, stand down. Sarah broadcast. Your reality weapons have failed. Your fleet is immobilized within our quantum mesh. This war is over before it truly began. The silence that followed was deafening. Across the solar system, consortium ships found themselves unable to move, their quantum states held in perfect stasis by human technology. The greatest military force the galaxy had ever seen had been defeated not by superior firepower, but by superior understanding of reality itself. As Sarah watched the consortium fleet power down their weapons, she received a quantum transmission from Earth Command. Phase 4 complete. Begin Operation Restoration. The galaxy was about to enter a new age, one where knowledge would flow freely, where species would be allowed to develop without artificial limitations. The siege of Sol had lasted less than an hour, but its impact would reshape galactic civilization forever. Humanity had proven not just their technological superiority, but their philosophical approach to advancement, observation, understanding, and protection rather than control and suppression. Legacy of Terra. 1 standard year after the siege of Sol, Admiral Sarah Chen stood in the newly constructed quantum assembly chamber on Earth, watching as representatives from over 1,000 species gathered for the first truly open forum in galactic history. The chamber itself was a testament to humanity's quantum technology. Its walls shifted and flowed with real-time displays of space-time itself, allowing every being present to witness the fundamental truth of reality. The old council is officially dissolved, announced Ambassador Krex, their bioluminescence pulsing with pride. The era of suppression and control is over. Today, we begin a new chapter in galactic history. Sarah observed the gathered species through both her physical eyes and her quantum senses. Former consortium worlds sat alongside races that had been deemed too primitive mere months ago. The quantum technology that humanity had shared was already transforming societies across the galaxy. Admiral Chen called out a representative from one of the youngest spacefaring races. Will you share with us how humanity managed to advance so far without detection? How did you avoid the consortium's suppression for so long? Sarah stepped forward, the quantum field around her rippling with memories of Earth's journey. We didn't avoid it entirely, she admitted. The consortium tried to suppress us multiple times throughout our history. But humanity has always had one unique trait. We question everything, even reality itself. The chamber's quantum display shifted to show Earth's scientific history, from early quantum mechanics theories to the breakthrough that had changed everything. The discovery that quantum mechanics wasn't just a set of rules governing tiny particles, but the underlying language of reality itself. While other species focused on manipulating matter and energy, Sarah continued, we focused on understanding the code behind existence. The consortium's suppression actually helped us. It forced us to look for alternatives to conventional technology. We learned to read and write in the quantum language of the universe. Dr. Rivera, now heading the Galactic Scientific Exchange Program, stepped forward. Already, we're seeing incredible advances as species share their knowledge freely. The Pleiadians' biological expertise combined with quantum healing has cured diseases across 1,000 worlds. The Meridian's synthetic consciousness research, freed from restriction, is revolutionizing our understanding of artificial intelligence. The quantum displays showed these achievements, worlds being healed, species advancing centuries in months, ancient barriers breaking down. But it also showed something else, the quantum signature of a galaxy in harmony with itself. The consortium was right about one thing, Sarah acknowledged. Unrestricted technology can be dangerous. But their solution, suppression and control, was wrong. Instead, we offer understanding. Every species here now has access to quantum observation technology. Everyone can see the truth of reality itself. A former consortium world representative spoke up, their ancient mechanical form humming with new quantum energy. We feared chaos and destruction. Instead, we're seeing cooperation and growth we never imagined possible. Perhaps we were wrong for all those millions of years. Sarah nodded. The difference is trust. We trust species to learn and grow responsibly when they can see the fundamental consequences of their actions. Quantum technology doesn't just let us observe reality. It shows us how we're all connected at the most basic level. The chamber's quantum field pulsed as she spoke, demonstrating the truth of her words. Every being present could see the quantum threads that linked them together, the way their decisions and actions rippled through the fabric of space-time. But humanity's greatest achievement isn't technological, Ambassador Correx added. It's philosophical. You showed us that advancement doesn't have to come at the cost of oppression. That knowledge can be shared without leading to destruction. Sarah activated the chamber's full quantum display, showing the galaxy as it truly was, a vast, interconnected web of quantum relationships, each species adding its own unique pattern to the cosmic dance. This is humanity's legacy, she declared. Not the technology, not the victory over the consortium, but this moment. All species working together, seeing reality as it truly is. We don't need to control or suppress. We just need to understand. The quantum field resonated with agreement from thousands of minds. The galaxy was entering a new age, one where the boundaries between species, between organic and synthetic, between matter and energy, were breaking down in favor of a deeper understanding. Of course, Sarah added with a smile, this is just the beginning. The quantum nature of reality holds more mysteries than any of us can imagine, but now we'll explore them together as equals. As the first session of the new quantum assembly began, Sarah received one final quantum transmission from Earth Command. Operation Renaissance complete. Begin phase unity. The message was simple, but its implications were vast. Humanity had not just changed the galaxy's political structure, they had fundamentally altered how civilizations would develop and interact for millennia to come. The age of suppression was over. The age of understanding had begun. And at its heart was the legacy of a young species that had dared to read the language of reality itself, sharing their knowledge not for power or control, but for the advancement of all.